Welcome everybody to the Alpha X Contenders Cup. We are here for Group C, of course, and I am your caster Snoopy, and of course I am joined by my co-caster Salavanth.
How you guys going? Sorry for the delay. We've had some issues with attendance, but we have replaced everyone. We've got some Alpha X players here for you today. And though we don't have people at quite the same level as we might otherwise expect, we should see some pretty cool games nevertheless. Today's lineup will be Psychopathic versus Barbarossa for game number 1. And Mandolino vs Primetime for game number 2. Since this is a GSL style group, the other matches are to be determined.
Yeah, sorry.
And we'll be getting our first match underway very shortly. I just haven't gotten an invite just yet.
Yeah, we'll get the invite soon. We apologize for the bit of delay in the start. A few of our players did not show up, so we're gonna go ahead and replace them with our alternatives. But hopefully the games are still gonna be nice.
Big shout out to Primetime and Psycho, who stepped in at very short notice to participate in this tournament.
Yeah, and also shout out to Dust, who generously contributed and donated $50 to the Alpha X Contenders Cup.
That's right. We meant to give you a shout out last week, but we did forget to do that. But we're giving it out now. Thank you very much. You've ensured the prize pool is now $150 if we get all of our Matcherino codes in. Speaking of which, what is that Matcherino code?
Well, in the chat, I just typed in exclamation mark Matcherino. It brought up the Matcherino link there, and the coupon code is AX Contenders. So just go ahead into the Matcherino link, enter that coupon code, and you can donate 50 cents for free to the prize pool here. Also, if you want to know and look at the bracket, you can just type in the exclamation bracket, which I already did in the chat. So hopefully you guys have the Wikipedia page to all the groups and the format and all the good stuff there. Anyhow, we should get this first game started here pretty soon, as I think they're just doing the vetoes, right? Or
that's right. I forgot about the vetoes. I'm just getting them set up now for that.
Alright, so while you get the vetoes started, let's go ahead and just take a look at the bracket here. Okay, let me go ahead and scroll down here. As you can see, Group A was played on December 15th. Hyohu and Kun Matata came out first and second in that group. Then in Group B, which was played on December 29th, Jetrix and Swagar made it out of that group as well. And now we are in Group C. Ignore the names, Sunny Phone and Caspada. Of course, we will be replacing that with Psychopathic and also Primetime. And then, of course, Barbarossa and Mandolino will, of course, play since they're already here. And then Group D will be next week, January 12th. It's going to be Ravage, Carowin, Sacre de Fromage, and Chris. So we'll be ending our first group stage next Saturday, and then we'll be heading into the round of 8, group stage 2. And then, of course, once that is done, we'll head into the playoffs and eventually into the finals.
Alright, vetoes have begun. Psycho is vetoing Stasis. Which is an interesting choice for a... Oh, wait, no. I thought that Psycho was a Terran. He's, in fact, a Protoss.
Yep.
So we'll be seeing a total of 2 Protosses and 2 Zergs in this group.
Yeah, before it was like 3 Zergs and 1 Protoss, so this is a pretty nice change here.
Yeah, so we'll be opening with a pair of PVZs, it would appear. And then we'll just have to see how things go from there.
By the way, yesterday I tried out the StarCraft casting tool for the first time. Had a little bit of a hiccup a few hiccups here and there. But afterwards, I went to talk to Gravity, who is, of course, one of our favorite casters, and he uses the StarCraft casting tool for a while now. So I just asked him for some tips and advice. So hopefully it'll go smoother this time around. And there won't be too many hiccups here.
Yeah, here's hoping. It'll be interesting to see how these things go. Some of the players just not sure about how the vetoing format works.
Alright guys, thank you guys all for tuning in so far. We are about to begin here. Enter into the chat who you got coming out of this group here in Group C. The names are there on the overlay, so you can look them over. It's either going to be Psychopathic, Barbarossa, Mandolino, and Primetime. So take your guess. It looks like Mandolino is not ruling for himself, but actually ruling for Carowin in Group D.
Should be an interesting match, that one.
Alright, let's actually take a look at the Matcherino so far. It looks like we have currently $139.50, which is pretty awesome. Payouts will be 50% to the first place prize or first place winner, 25% to the second place runner up, and then 12.5% to the third and fourth place each. So that's going to be a pretty good prize pool there.
Let's get started.
Oh, we have the
Cerulean Falls is our first map.
Alright, sweet. You gonna make or?
No, you can make it.
Okay, alright.
I'll be dealing with other things potentially. Oh, and we should send the...
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and send the invite here. Invite to game. Sensa and Psychopathic.
And I just need to get the Twitch link. I will just find that now. And I'll send that to...
Alright,
announcements.
Looks like Snap XD has Barbarossa and Mandolino getting out of the group here. He's calling it.
Alright, re-invite me.
Alright. Alright, both players are ready. So we'll just
Can I get that re-invite?
Yeah, I invited you. You not get it? Alright.
Nope, hang on, relogging.
Alright. Ready to go.
Yep, okay. Let's get this show underway. So, don't let the diamond border fool you from Kenza. Kenza's actually Barbarossa, quite a strong player, but Great, aka Psychopathic, aka Veins, lots of different names. I think we're just going to call him Great for the purpose of this, because that's what it'll show us on the screen. Is a Masters 1 Protoss himself, so we should have a pretty decent PvZ here, although the advantage on paper does lie with Barbarossa. In the bottom left, spawning as the yellow Protoss, actually not named Great in-game after all. It is Psycho.
And spawning at the top right, the green Zerg player. He is Barbarossa.
So now all that's left to do is to wait and see what happens here. Will we see a gateway or forge? That's the first potential deviation, although I don't think we're going to see a forge with no probe on moving across the map. So we are going to see a gateway scout. Pretty standard for both players so far. And we'll have to see if they decide to continue to play that way and just feel each other out, or if they want to go into something a bit more aggressive. Do you know anything about Barbarossa and Vaynes' playstyle, Snoopy?
I know a bit of Barbarossa. I haven't really seen Psychopathic. Barbarossa, I feel like he likes to, I think, play a lot of roach play. Although I've seen him play, you know, a bit of speedling kind of type composition, but I think for the most part, I've seen the games that I've seen him play mostly has been roach based.
Does that mean he's like an aggressive player in the mid game?
I think there are times where he goes for aggression around the mid game, but then there are times where he just plays just like full on macro. So. I mean, he's got a bit of tournament experience under his belt. I think he's played a lot of different playstyles, and he's been pretty successful in those tournaments as well.
He has been a big OSC player, yeah. Psychopathic, a bit of an error early on with only 2 workers on that first gas, while other drones remain active at the second gas looking for... Or it might actually not be an error at all, and he might be going for something other than a Stargate early on. And he's going for a Stalker and a Warp Gate, so yeah, it looks like he's not going for it to open Stargate.
Yeah, so this Stalker is going to go ahead and deny Overlord scouting. And then hopefully he'll throw down a... Oh, it looks like he's going to throw down a Twilight Council here.
And that is a very, very fast second gate. I think it must just be for safety because he's worried about Ling attacks. I can't think of anything else that he would be worried about. In the meantime, he's trying to take out this Overlord, but I don't know if he's going to get it before it gets to safety. Barber also has to be accurate with his clicks, though. Let's see if he is. Yes, he is. He manages to keep that Overlord alive. Does get Overlord speed as well. Wants to see what's going on. Knows the Stalker means that something is up. And I think the second gate might just be to prevent any Lings from running by and scouting what he's up to. Twilight and Robo. Do you think this could be that 4-gate charge? Oh, look at that. He's pulling all of the drones off gas. This is a very early time to do that, but that means he's going for a very, very fast charge lot all in for game number 1.
Yeah, so basically all he needed was gas for the Robo, the Warp Gate technology, the Robo, and then charge. After that, you just throw all your probes to the minerals, to the second base mineral patches, and just, you know, saturate 16 on each, and then you throw down like 8 gateways, and then go for a charge lot all in here, which is exactly what Psychopathic is about to do.
Yeah, though I think he should have the Warp Prism on the way by now instead of the extra gates. I think the Warp Prism is a higher priority. But he seems to be doing it just a tad differently. He is chrono boosting that Prism. He seems to know quite well what he's doing.
Oh.
And here comes the Overlord.
Yeah, it has
and with Overlord speed being invested into, he will see what's going on. He will see there's nothing mining, and I think he will see these extra gates too. Yes, he sees them. He sees all of them. He knows. He's building a Roach Warren. He's building a Baneling Nest. We'll see if he wants to keep both those structures building. He'll be building no more drones, probably for the rest of the game. And he'll be going to try and defend as best as he's able, but he's already made a lot of drones. He doesn't have many workers to his name. This could catch him off guard if he's not careful.
Yeah, this is a really strong build here, a really strong attack. If you can hold it, then you're really ahead because the Protoss stop mining gas, going to be behind in tech. But then if you don't hold it, you're most likely going to be dead.
Yeah, well, this initial attack will probably get fended off pretty easily. But it's the follow-up in the main that's going to be so big, it's going to warp in 8 charge lots, as well as all of these. And these Lings are going to just get shredded. They cannot fight this at all. the charge lots and such at the third base are going to get sent away, but at what cost? He's going after the Roach Warren
Oh no!
and the spawning pool. He's going after all the production of Barbarossa.
Yeah, he doesn't have any Banelings morphed in yet. This is so troubling for Sensa here.
He's bringing the drones away from the main base, and this Roach Warren is about to be forfeit. He needs to build another one. Building another spawning pool. He can't build another Roach Warren because he doesn't have a spawning pool.
he can't make any units.
Exactly. No. Right now he's got nothing. He's got money to spend, but he can't spend it.
Oh man, this is Psychopathic's big window here.
With this extra warp in, I think that this is going to be it. I don't see how Barbarossa can fend this off with the units he has, and he can't build any more. Beautiful moves by Veins. Oh, by Psychopathic.
Yeah, he goes
Psycho
up.
will take game number 1.
Yep.
He disguised that timing, and that was all it took. When it takes that long to get a scout in, it's just so difficult.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. That was Gamax X789. So appreciate the follow. We're closing in on 100 followers, so that's pretty awesome. But anyhow, we're gonna go into this next game. Parasite is gonna be the map. So let me go ahead and create that here. But yeah, that build, the 8-gate charge lot build, is so strong. Even when Zerg scouts it, like unless you're like fully prepared for it, it's still like really hard to defend against that.
Oh yeah, it's probably the best all-in that it's the best all-in Protoss has in PvZ. It's really the only all-in Protoss has in PvZ at the top levels. But it's enough. It works very, very well.
Yeah, for sure. As we just saw in that previous game. Now this is going to be on Parasite LE. What do you think Barbarossa going to do in this map?
Well, it's a very big map. It's a very macro-focused map, and I think that means that Barbarossa wants to play a macro game. He's thinking, all right, you got me with a timing attack. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again, and let's play on the map that's best suited for me in a long game. Barbarossa confident in his ability to outplay Psychopathic long term. We'll have to see if Psychopathic is willing to let him try.
Yeah, we shall see. Alrighty guys, Parasite LE game number 2.
In the upper left, losing game number 1 to a sharp charge lot time. Representing Zerg, it is the green Zerg, it is Barbarossa.
Alright, let me go ahead and just update the score there. Alright, and the bottom right, we have our yellow Protoss. He's up 1-0, looking to close it out. It is Psychopathic.
So the real question is, I think, what's Barbarossa doing?
Oh.
Sending out a very fast drone.
Oh.
But he's not building a spawning pool. Could this be a proxy hatch?
I think so. Unless it's a really fast scout. But I don't think so.
No, he still hasn't taken a hatch, and he's on 18 supply.
Yeah.
This definitely looks like a proxy hatch to me. But a probe is on the way out. Does it see it?
Does it see it?
Did it see?
I don't know, but
I don't think it saw it. Here it goes. He's just gonna put it right at the natural. I've faced this before, and it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you got to make a decision at that point whether to just go ahead and pull all your drones to attack it, or just go for like forge and cannon it, or make a bunch of charge lot or zealots and start swiping away at it. It looks like Psychopathic has elected to go for the zealot build here, 2 gateways and a cybernetic core.
Yeah, I overall like this approach, but it looks like Barbarossa's mainly doing this to delay the Protoss and throw him off his rhythm, not to actually try and secure a kill, because he's only just now getting the spawning pool. And he's got gas on the way and everything. He's not going for like an all-in behind this or anything. He's taking a hatchery. I think he just wants to say, alright, if you've got such a sharp, crisp timing, let's take your sense of timing away from you. Let's knock you off balance. That's precisely what he's doing here. This hatchery is going to finish unless Barbarossa decides to cancel it.
Oh.
Oh, that is beautiful timing right there.
Yeah, I think he also wanted to go ahead and throw down a secondary evolution chamber just to further delay it, but didn't get it in time.
Yeah, that would sound about right. And these two zealots and an adept, these two adepts and a zealot are going to go across the map and try and see what they can get done, which makes sense considering that Psycho's Nexus has been hugely delayed because of this. It will be delayed by a full minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, this is...
And he still hasn't even got any tech yet.
Exactly. This zealot and two adepts move out. It's gonna hopefully punish Barbarossa and force him to use those larvas for army units instead of the drones, which is kind of a payback for Barbarossa's proxy hash there. All
That's what he's done, but I think he's gonna be fine. A Baneling Nest is on the way though, so it looks like he wants a follow-up all-in from this. He's playing at this very cleverly, is Barbarossa, deciding to give Vanes a taste of his own medicine. And this Zealot is going to go down. Adepts will take some shots before they are forced to flee.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a disguise on Barbarossa. Like, Psychopathic might be thinking, oh, he made all these lings just to defend against my attack, but instead, it's just basically going to be a Baneling all-in.
He made all these lings, that means I'm ahead. But... That's and a Twilight Council and Robo going down, so it looks like he actually wants to do the same thing again.
Oh, almost got this around there.
But he will get it now. But 3 drones do go down. But now, with this adept, he sees all of these lings and he probably knows something is up at this point. He's building shield batteries. He's turning these things into warp gates. He's making glaives, so he's not actually going for a charge all in. After all, this could be a Gladept all in because I don't think you'd make a Robo otherwise. 10 Banelings on the way, more and more lings being created. And Psycho does have a sentry, so Psycho is well prepared for this attack. Dark Shrine on the way as well.
Oh.
I don't know what this build is by Vanes, but it's not going to matter.
Sentry is out of... Okay, there we go. Oh man, that was pretty close.
And here come the Banelings. He's probably going to force a force field in one place and then try and hit the other one. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do now. He's going to go for the cybernetics core. Oh. Beautiful. Oh, but it's not enough. I thought that was totally going to get that cyber core, but it didn't. Yeah. But the shield battery does go down and the lings start to flood in.
But is it enough?
The other shield battery is alive, but the energy is fading fast. He's backing away into this corner, but more and more lings are flooding in. I don't see any way that Barbarossa is going to get that Vanes is going to get that wall back up. He's making more and more adepts. Glaives is on the way and being chrono boosted. But if these pylons go down, there won't be any buildings left to make them. But the lings will get cleaned up in the end. Only 2 probes lost, and he re-walls himself up.
Oh wow, that was so close.
More banelings being made. He's not done yet. But Glaives is now finished. That's a huge edge against this Ling Bane pressure force. There's a whole new force coming in, and there's still only 2 adepts and a sentry. Here they come. They're going after the cyber core this time. Will the force field be fast enough? It is.
Yeah, it is.
But the gateway does go down, and here come the lings. And the cyber core will go down as well.
So no more sentries for Psychopathic.
No more sentries, no more adepts, but the ones he has now should be enough. These glaive adepts kill so fast. 27 kills on one of those adepts. 27 kills on one of the adepts. I think that might be a brand new sentence. Don't know if anyone's ever said that before. But I think, yeah, Psychopathic's not... he's held.
Yeah, he's held
Barbarossa
strong.
is not going to break through here.
Yeah, I don't
Warp
see him
Prism,
breaking
adepts, shield battery. Ooh, actually no, the micro is not on point. With the shield battery and the sheer DPS of these adepts, I think he'll still be okay. But he's warping in more and more. There is a hole in this wall. Oh. Can Barbarossa push through? Well played, he says, and he just leaves. That's it. Psychopathic will take the series 2-0 and move on to face the winner of match number 2. Just like that. Very,
Yeah, very nice
very.
hold.
Vane's proving his ability in both offense and defense.
All right, so that means Psychopathic will win this, or I guess Veins, whichever name you want to call him. He is going to go ahead into the winners match. Barbarossa isn't out of it yet, though. He's still got a chance to bring it back as he goes into the losers match, and hopefully he will earn himself another second chance to make it at least, you know, to I guess second place.
And I'm just going to message them on Discord and then be right back. Like,
All right.
Prime Time is already here, but I'll message Mandolino on Discord and then I will be right back.
All right, looks like we're up to 36 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. If you want to take a look at the bracket, just go ahead and type in exclamation bracket into the Twitch chat. That will bring up the Wikipedia link. If you want to go ahead and donate to the prize pool for free, just go ahead and type in exclamation point or exclamation mark Matcherino, and that will bring up the Matcherino link as well as the coupon code that you could donate 50 cents for free. Help out all the players involved in this Contenders Cup. In the meantime, let me go ahead and actually update the names here. Mandolino and Prime Time. All right, let's see, apply format. All right, there we have it, Mandolino and Prime Time. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and add their logos as well. All right, there we have it. Okay, so it looks like they're going through the map videos here. Mandolino first veto is going to be Stasis. Primetime's veto is going to be Automaton. Mandolino is going to veto Blue Shift next. Primetime is going to veto Cerulean. All right, now it's time for their choice. We'll see what is the first map here. SYS says he's gonna take bets now. Who wins this match? I think if it was up to me, on paper, I would say Mandolino, just because he has he's around 5k MMR, I believe. Primetime is more like 4.7, 4.8k MMR. But as we all know, though, you know, maybe about like 100, 200 MMR difference isn't that big of a difference. Definitely can take out a game or two. Oh, welcome back, Sal. Looks like we're gonna start on Carol's Junction.
Alrighty. So news and upset. One of our alternates has taken out 2-0 the initial competitor.
Oh yeah, that's true. Barbarossa was the initial competitor.
That's right. Barbarossa and Mandolino, both two of the initial players in this group. Sunnyphone and Caspada being replaced.
All right, getting all the players here. Do you get the invite or?
Alright, so Kairos, Port, and Parasite will be
Okay.
our map pool, a pretty standard map pool all in all.
All right, looks
So
like
it doesn't seem...
both players are ready. So let's go ahead and begin.
Alright. Game 1 on Kairos Junction between Primetime and Mandolino. Mandolino definitely has the edge here. But we'll just have to wait and see. After all, Barbarossa held the edge on paper over Veins, over Psycho. And we saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
In the upper left, representing Protoss, the original competitor, it is Mandolino.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our green Zerg player. It is Primetime.
Full credit to Mandolino where credit is due. He did in fact respond promptly to my reminder, made sure to show up on time. He's the kind of guy I wish all my players could be like. So, kind of cheering for him just for that reason alone.
If there was a reason to cheer, that would be it.
So a 17-17 coming out of prime time, it looks like. Well, yep. So this could be a safe macro build, but it can also get very, very aggressive very, very quickly. I think most of the time it's done, it is usually for an all-in of some kind. So we could see Banelings, Roaches, or just pure Speedlings coming out of this. And it wouldn't be, and really none of it would be a miss. There is still no second hatchery, but it is going to go down right now. As a Primetime, it sends it down. So I can't wait to see what Primetime wants to do out of this. Either way, Mandolino should know, expect aggression. It might not necessarily be aggression, but you should be definitely on the lookout for it nonetheless. Mandolino is patrolling that probe outside of your natural. That's actually a little thing you can do to stop lings from slipping by. If the Zerg wants to just make 6 lings and send them at you as fast as possible, this probe will sniff that out, as well as sniff out any potential third base. That's why he has that probe right there.
Yeah.
And here we go. We will see the tech choice for Primetime, as he is... It looked like he wanted to build something. Did he change his mind? No, here it is, and it is a Roach Warren. Okay, so we'll be seeing a Roach Speedling attack, and we'll have to see what Mandolino's tech of choice is. If it's not a Stargate, he's in serious trouble.
Starting off with a bang here.
Here we go. What will it be? It is the Stargate. Okay. So now the next step is Mandolino needs to scout this with the Adept, and then he will need to make a Void Ray very quickly. Now, and I don't think he has a tight wall off just yet, so he's building a gateway to wall himself off just now.
Yeah, this map has actually a really weird walling for Protoss.
And he's not sending an Adept out, but he's sending a Sentry. Actually, did he scout it with his probe? What did he scout with his probe? Okay, he didn't. It did not scout the Roach Warren, and he's not sending that Adept out. I think that's a bad idea. You need to know what you're facing. And I think he's guessed wrong.
Wait.
He's building a Void Ray and a Sentry to be safe against both possibilities. He's splitting the difference. I've never seen that before. That's actually really clever.
Maybe
the Sentry's kinda good against both.
I mean, he definitely scouts something, because he's like throwing down the shield battery as well.
Well, the 17-17, I'm guessing he just knows that this means aggression. But he didn't know whether it was Roaches or Banelings. That's why he built the Sentry and split the difference. Oh, but he's turning on his Void Ray to stop the Overlord, so that's going to lose a lot of its charge straight away. The Sentry does pay off all of a sudden. And he's building an Oracle, he's building a couple of Zealots. But Warp Gate is not going to be done. And these Lings begin to flood in. He's fully walled himself off completely. But this sentry will be forfeit. And the Oracle is coming out now, and it will snipe these Zerglings one by one. But now the Lings have busted in. The Voidway still raining down death from the sky. He re-walls himself. Buys himself just that tiny little bit of time as Lings fight in the main against probes. Building another Void Ray. I would actually prefer to see another Oracle at this point, considering it's going to be nothing but Lings from here on out.
Yeah.
From prime time.
Pretty much all the roaches are cleaned up. Only Lings remain here.
Yeah, but they're not. He's not able to push through in significant numbers. I think he's held this. The Void Rays are going to continue to rain down constant death from the sky. Unlike Oracles, despite their lack of burst damage, they never run out of energy. They are on perpetual motion. They have those super special batteries that weigh like 3 pounds or something. They never seem to run out. And now all of a sudden, Mandolino is up. He's on even basis and up 12 workers, and now there's no way that you're breaking through this. I think Primetime might just GG out. No way he can get through.
He's trying to rebuild drones here, but yeah, like you said, that he's kind of behind a bit too much, I think.
Yeah. And he's taking a third, starting to drone up. The one saving grace for him is that Mandolino has no cyber core.
Yeah, so that'll delay the warp gate tech. So the move out for Primetime will be slowed down definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to see like another Void Ray. If we just move out with like 3 Void Rays and see what he can get done.
Yeah, but remember, Primetime is spending a lot of larva onto those Lings and roaches, so less drones, and now he gotta waste all those drones on spore crawlers, and more drones going down to this Oracle.
Yeah, he's really in great shape, is Mandolino, as one would expect after fending off a Zerg all in. Primetime is going to try and transition out of this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mandolino just hit some sort of 2-base timing, but he is looking like he's just going to expand. So, alright, I don't have the tech to really do anything. I don't even have Warp Gate, I don't think, so I'm just going to have to take... Oh, he's like, alright, if I don't have Warp Gate, what's something I can do that doesn't rely on Warp Gate? I'm going to make a fleet beacon and go for carriers.
Oh, I love this.
Mandolino, you're a mad genius.
I love this.
The carriers are a bit weaker now with the advent of the new patch, but they do also build faster. So until you're maxed out on them, they're not really that different.
And Primetime doesn't know this. He doesn't have any scout overlords to scout this, so he's gonna kind of be in the blind here for a while.
Yeah, and there's really not much you can do about it anyway. Even if he did know about it, because I mean, he's so far behind economically. He's only just now getting his lair. He doesn't have the tech to do anything about it. And this Oracle still gets away. 9 kills on that Oracle. Doing really well. Although I guess some of them are Zerglings. And here come the carriers from Mandolino. Going to finish this game off in style. Graviton Catapult no longer an upgrade in the game. Instead, the carriers have split the difference. They are half as... The speed is midway between slow carriers and fast carriers now. They are constantly on a medium setting.
Oh man.
I wonder what patches mean for the StarCraft universe. It's like, hey guys, do you think carriers are a bit unfair? Well, I mean, this is the only thing preventing our species from being eliminated. But, I mean, one of the Cerebrits told us it was kind of OP, and he might have had a point. Should we, like, shut them down? Like, you've been away from the color for far too long, my friend. It's like, no. No, he's got a point. Tannis? It's settled. We're going to arbitrarily cut the speed of our carriers.
Oh man, these Lings.
We'll make a treaty. The treaty says, in exchange for reducing the speed of our carriers, Kerrigan will reduce the speed of her Hydralisks. It is only fair. Let us send an envoy.
Well, they already slowed down the Hydralisk attack speed after the patch.
That's what I'm saying. It was the trade, right? Carriers for Hydras. Both sides thought they got the better end of the deal.
Oh, looks like these Phoenix. Those gets away by from these Hydralisks. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be enough Hydralisks to I mean, the carrier's number is gonna increase by a lot because he's gonna be.
Oh yeah, carriers
He's
are
not gonna
weaker
be
than they were
attacked
before,
anytime soon. So
but they're not that weak. Fourth base already on the way for both players at the same time. Never good for Zerg. Primetime's going to move out with this Hydroling based attack, but I think it's going to get nothing done. Or Hydroling Bane attack, but I just don't think it's going to get anything done.
yeah, just like cannon, shield battery, a bunch of zealots here with 3 carriers, 4th carriers, and 5th carriers on the way.
Yeah, there's just really no way. With these charge locks and carriers combined, these Hydras are just going to melt. But there are quite a lot of Banelings here to try and take out these charge locks, so we'll just have to see how things go. He's moving in. More Zealots being warped in. Banelings moving in to try and attack. And they do wipe out these charge locks, but the carriers are just too good. All of the Hydras are going to go down. The Banelings will kill everything on the ground, but there's nothing left to kill what's in the air. And the carriers are the true threat here. Spire on the way now, but Primetime is down 60 supply and has no army. And everything gets wiped out with basically no economic damage from Mandalino whatsoever.
Yeah, and all his carriers remains, and you know, it's kind of like battle cruisers. Once you kind of let them build up, all those battle cruisers and you know, or those carriers, it just gets really difficult to take that down as the game goes on.
I think is this all started with that failed all-in. Primetime has been on the back foot ever since, desperately trying to do something.
Yeah,
It doesn't really matter what Mandalino did at this point, although he did do well to take advantage of what he had, which was, well, mitigate the weakness he had, which was the lack of the warp gate. I really like these stasis wards preventing run-bys at the natural, by the way. It's saved him many times.
Yeah, for sure. And
I'm trying to get damage done on multiple fronts, but Mandalino's just handling it really well.
yeah, you got all those cannons and shield batteries set up onto the bottom, and all the stasis wards onto the top.
Oh, we'll get some good damage done now. 6 probes do go down.
Oh.
Going for another run by at the natural. This is one thing that Primetime has done to me that has just hurt me so badly in some of the games I've played against him.
Oh, you played the games in a few times?
Yeah, we've practiced together.
Oh, nice.
That's why I got him as an emergency alternate. I knew what level he was. I knew that he was well within the level of Contenders, and I also know that he'd be an entertaining player.
Alright, looks like Mandalino's going out of control here. He's going to go ahead and take the 5th base. In the center, the one closer to the Zerg, which is a decision I like, because right now he's in pretty much he has the advantage at this point, so might as well go on the aggressive stance.
Yeah,
here.
he's got all these carries, he's got a few sentries for Guardian Shield, he's building a mothership, and he's building a ton more Stargates. I think that means he's going to max out, and then he's going to go for an attack. And then if he does lose his army, he's just going to try and remax quickly on like 6 Stargates. He's got +2 air, and he will be moving out now, actually, not even waiting for his mothership. He's like, you know what, the mothership can be part of the next wave. I don't need my mother to take care of me, I'm a big boy. And here are the Corruptors. Corruptors are a good response in general, but I think in this case there's just too many of the carriers and they're just too well equipped. 2 of them will go down very quickly. He needs those Void Rays with them as well, and Mandalino is starting to make a ton of Void Rays behind this to handle the carriers, but I just don't handle the Corruptors, but I just don't think it's going to be necessary at this point. Force fields go down to help the sentries, and all of these Corruptors are going to go down. The ground force will get destroyed once again, but that's not the threat. The true threat is the one in the air, and there is nothing left in the air to stop it. And GG, Mandalino takes game number 1.
Alrighty there. Well played there by Mandalino, defending the early attack, and pretty much was ahead throughout the whole game. Now it's up to Primetime to choose the next map and decide how he wants to go about playing it. Will he go for the same strat or for a different one? Alright, looks like Parasite is going to be his map of choice there.
Yep, Mandalino is just asking for a short 2-minute break.
Alright, sure.
If you want to take a break, Snoopy, now's a good time.
Alright. Let me see if let's go get everyone in the game first. And then oh, looks like nobody decided to join. Alright, it's okay.
I did, didn't I?
It says Sullivan has selected not to join lobby. I think they're just going for a break, so.
Yeah, there was an error in connecting to the game. That was just an in-game issue.
Alright. Yeah, so prime time. Oh, looks like he's back already, so that wasn't too long. Okay, let's get everyone into the game here. Huh, for some reason it says you're not electing to join the lobby here.
Yeah, you just gotta re-invite me.
Alright.
That's a common error that I get.
Yeah, you would think 10 years, or I guess over 8 years for now, StarCraft 2 has been out, that Blizzard would have fixed these little bugs here.
You'd think so. And yet here we are.
Oh, okay.
Alright, here we go. Second time's the charm.
Mandolino has some problems, so I'm going to go ahead and invite him back again. Oh, looks like Black Simon 23 in the chat says Mandolino's going to win the Contenders Cup. Believe. Alrighty.
Let's find out. His chances of getting out of this group at least are pretty good.
Oh, looks like
quite a good player.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, looks like prime time is ready. All right. Hey, Baxter in the chat. Hope you're doing all right. We're just waiting for Mandolino to confirm he's ready before we start this. It's gonna be game 2 on Parasite. Mandolino currently up 1-0, and here we go. Mandolino's ready.
Yeah, for those of you tuning in, we did a couple of alternates. Sunny Phone has been replaced by Psychopathic, and Caspada has been replaced by Primetime. Psychopathic actually took out Barbarossa 2-0 to move on to the winners match. Mandolino now up 1-0. It's not a good day for our Zerg players so far. We'll see if Primetime can turn it around. Here in the upper left, representing Zerg, looking to bring the Zerg race back from its 0-3 record today. It is the green mechanical Zerg. It is Primetime.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our, I guess, pink Protoss here. He's up 1-0, looking to head on to the winners match. It is Mandolino.
So something we should point out is Mandolino was very disappointed when he found out about the substitutions today and about how there was going to be less Zergs. So I'm guessing either PvZ is his best matchup, or he's actually been preparing specifically for today. I'd like to think it's the latter. I like it when the players prepare for this kind of thing. Always makes me feel good.
Well,
it's one reason that I'm kind of cheering for Kuna a bit. Kuna's been working very hard. And did manage to get out of Group A as a result, but he was actually preparing very hard for Jin, who then was not able to attend.
Yeah, that's one of the, I guess, good thing about this tournament is it follows the GSL style format, so you can actually have time to prepare for your opponent in the group. And yeah, sometimes that preparation can actually help you win.
That was one of my goals in creating this in the first place. I wanted people to be able to prepare and for that to pay off.
Yeah, because we played in a lot of team leagues and clan wars where we just like play on the spot without any preparation, without knowing our opponent. Even on the ATL, we only know the opponent like 15 minutes before the game, so that's not really enough time to prepare for your opponent.
Exactly. It's only really the Chobo Team League where preparation is emphasized as something that is important.
Yeah.
And we don't really have any individual events like that either. Our MVP Cups and such, you show up on the day and you play whoever else arrives and whoever you get placed against, and the best person on that given day wins. But the Contenders Cup is a more slow-paced preparation, rewarding affair, and those who play it that way are likely to find good success.
Definitely. All right, looks like the first adept will go out for Mandolino now. Primetime did scout that, so
yeah. Primetime's playing macro arena this time around, going for a hatch, the third hatch. Now, the way Primetime usually wins when he beats me is that he just overwhelms me with attacks in multiple fronts. You saw a lot of that being attempted in Game 1 of Primetime vs Mandolino, and if Primetime had been more evenly matched, if he hadn't lost that initial all-in, it could have worked much better. Because that Hydraling Bane attack was actually pretty vicious. Against an evenly matched ground force, he very well might have won that game. But he was just so far behind from the opening minutes that nothing he did could have changed things after that.
yeah.
So it looked like Mandolino was a lot more dominant than he really was. So I'll be interested to see a more even macro game. Phoenix starts for Mandolino, but then he changes his mind. Oh wait, no, he did make a Phoenix first, and then changed his mind about the second Phoenix, making an Oracle instead. So he will deny scouting, all pretty standard there. This is basically the stock standard opening for PvZ. If you want to copy someone, then copy Mandolino here. And he's going to go for double Stargate off this as well.
Oh yeah. You know, this has been really more common nowadays. I've seen a lot more of it.
Well, I quite like it because it essentially shuts down some of the most dangerous things that Zerg can do. Because of the Hydra nerf recently, thanks to the treaty.
Treaty.
Yeah. The Zerg's Hydras have gotten a lot worse, so they've switched to things like Roach Swarm Host or Mutas. And Double Stargate kind of shuts both those things down. We do have an Oracle trying to get some damage done. We'll get 2 kills, but not... will it? Yeah, it just manages to escape with 2 kills. Very nicely done from Mandolino as he takes +1 air. But what Double Stargate does is it forces you into those Hydras. You can't go Mutalisks against Double Stargate. That would be just suicide. And Roach Swarm Host is not that much better because you can just lift the Swarm Hosts and kill them. So he basically forces Hydralisks to be part of your composition, which pretty much means Roach Hydra in this day and age because Hydraling Bane isn't as good anymore. And Roach Hydra can be countered pretty well if you know it's coming. So Double Stargate is good for what it forces your opponent to do, basically. It cuts off most of their tech options. If you hate dying to surprise Muta switches, go Double Stargate. You'll never face a Muta switch again.
I think the only main weakness of the Double Stargate is just like an early Baneling bust or something, or maybe an early Roach push, but I think he scouted Primetime enough to know that it wasn't coming.
That early +1 melee and lots of Zerglings to deny the third base is generally the standard weakness of this build, but Primetime is not going for that. He's going for Roaches, he's going for Hydras, he's going for a pretty standard opening, and I think this is the first that Primetime will know about this Double Stargate as they show up just now. And they are going to try and snipe a Queen straight away. And they will, very easily.
Oh, his brother Queens were off on the side, injecting creep tumors there.
Why would Queens be male?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, when you think about it, it seems like a decidedly female thing to me.
Yeah. My mistakes. There's fellow sisters there. Unfortunately, all 3 of them died. The 3 sisters have gone to heaven.
So, really, it's probably a they. I doubt that the Zerg really care too much about gender.
Ah, yeah.
They live for the swarm and all that.
They live for Kerrigan.
I wonder if it's like insects where... I wonder how Zerg reproduction works. Like, not in that way, but just in general.
Well, let's keep this channel PG.
I mean, I guess hatcheries make eggs, but you never see inside the hatchery, and it's probably for the best that we don't.
Yeah. It's
I'll leave it at that. What happens in the hatchery stays in the hatchery.
Exactly. All right, looks like Mandolino, last game he transitioned to double Stargate with a fast fleet beacon, but this time around he's actually electing to go for double Robo Immortal here. So changing up, which I like.
Yeah, it's a good follow-up, since generally this Roach Hydra thing is, well, he's not going for Roach Hydra, he's going for Hydraling Bane, but even so, Immortals are just a general good unit in really all matchups. Immortals are just pretty great. But in PvZ especially, if you have enough Immortals, then pretty much nothing kills you on the ground anymore. And Lurkers is the choice of tech for Primetime, so he's committing to this ground more, and this makes this double Robo a solid choice. This has been going on for a little over, probably over a year now, where Zerg would go for Lurkers and there wouldn't be enough Immortals, so a few brave Protoss thought, maybe we should go double Robo, and everyone else was like, no, that's far too extreme. But eventually it caught on. I was doing it before it was cool, because I was doing it before they figured out all the kinks, but my opponents were not good enough to figure out how to stop me. When I was doing the unsafe version of the double Robo Immortal build. Yeah, it's not because I'm better in any way, it's just because they need to make sure literally everything is worked out. They can dot their I's and cross their T's before they start doing something. Whereas a player of my caliber can afford to leave a few holes in their game and adopt a good idea when it's still being worked out without immediately dying.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to see some Warp Prism Harass coming out from Mandolino, warping in some Zealots and putting him into Warp Prism while using the Phoenixes to distract on the right side. But all these Hydralisks could get these things. Oh my goodness! Oh, so many of them are going to go die. Oh my god! Oh, look away! It's too late. You've all been scarred now. It's like 6 Phoenixes that just went down. Now a bunch of Lurkers being created, and this is going to be Primetime's opportunity to attack. This 5th base will be denied though. And I think Primetime is going to go for a pretty vicious attack with these Lurkers now. Getting an Infestation Pit, working our way up to Hive. Oh, this Warp Prism, will it survive? It does get a few Zealots in, but I think it will die at this point to the Spore. Yes, it will, and all of these Zealots will go down. So there's now no more pressure out on the map for Mandolino. He's lost his Phoenixes. He's lost his Warp Prism, and he's about to lose these last group of Charge Loss as well. And now everything that Primetime has can be brought to bear on Mandolino. Well, as he tries to switch into carriers, no less.
Oh,
it's going to be a very dangerous attack.
Yeah, this is going to be a bad time. Because Zerg looking to attack right now, so those carriers aren't going to come out anytime soon before this attack arrives.
Good stasis wards, though. Will they be able to help this? They do stop a couple of lurkers. They stop 4 lurkers. And 2 more go down immediately. Oh my goodness.
If he kills the rocks there.
Yeah, they can't. Oh, but they're moving in from 2 sides now. Storm's going down. Banelings try and snipe the rest of the Templar, but it won't work, and he's trying to move up a ramp and he's not going to succeed. Oh my goodness, Mandolino defending on both sides beautifully. These stasis wards, these defenses working perfectly, but now the rest of the forces of Primetime are flooding in. Mandolino trying desperately to hold, trying to survive. As the Banelings come flooding in, more and more charges being warped in. The 4th base goes down for Mandolino. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine, with a defense like that, and he still lost that 4th, if his defense had been bad, he would have just died right there.
Yeah, but now the carriers are out, so that could definitely help him against these Hydralisks. Of course,
yeah,
it definitely could help him against the Lurkers, because Lurkers, of course, doesn't attack air, so... yeah, we'll see if the carrier number goes up to the point where it becomes optimal.
Yeah, the Hive is done. +2 areas already on the way for Mandolino, though. Once he gets to about 6 +2 carriers, that's, I think, really where the game shifts. I think 2 is just nothing. 4 really starts to help. 6 is that magic number when you really start to get the damage. But those are the old carriers. I don't know about the new carriers. The new carriers might really want a couple more. There is already a Hive on the way. Adaptive Talons nearly finished for Primetime. So we'll have to see what Primetime is able to get done with this. His 5th base is now established, while Mandolino tries to re-establish that 4th. Primetime is really giving Mandolino everything he's got.
Yeah, this is going to be a scary attack here. Oh, actually, denies that little stasis ward.
Denies the stasis ward, kills the Warp Prism, it moves the Lurkers forward. I don't see how you're going to break a position like this. But he's going to try.
Okay.
He's lifting up some of these things, using the carriers to take away some of these Lurkers very nicely, and good storms!
And pretty much all the Lurkers are cleaned up
The Lurkers
here.
are just too good, and the storms are gone, there's no more left. So here come the Hydralisks. Can Primetime break through? No, I don't think he can. The Lurkers are difficult to stop, but the carrier count is rising and rising steadily.
Yeah,
Plus 3 air is on the way.
They need to recharge their interceptors.
Yes, they do, and they take twice as long to do that now. It takes 11 seconds for an interceptor. That is a long, long time. But these Lurkers will now finally fall. And I think these Immortals might just be enough to hold against these Hydras. It's going to be so close. But yes, Mandolino is going to hold against this.
Woo.
13 more Hydras on the way. 3 Infestors. Fungal pathogen glands and neural parasite being morphed in, plus 3 missiles and a spire. Primetime is preparing for the later game, but he doesn't have enough gas. He doesn't have any gas in his 5th base.
Yeah, he has a bunch of minerals, 4.4k in the bank, but only 400 gas here. Definitely needs to start mining.
Meantime, Ling run by. Oh, it might actually take out this High Templar. Yes, it does. It's gonna take out 2 High Templars. Very good Ling run by to take out those. Gas is so important for both players, but especially for Primetime. He needs to take those gases at his 5th base and get them saturated immediately. It really needs a 6th base as well. And he's now finally taking those gases on the 5th base.
Yeah, finally. He does realize that, but then also he does need... Okay, he's starting to make his creep tumor go inch forward and forward. That will definitely help him, because this is a pretty big map, so in order to go ahead and maneuver to the left and to the right, which I'm guessing he will probably want to do since carriers are pretty slow, that will help him for sure as the game goes on.
Taking a 6th base as well, taking the gases there and going for a greater spire. We are looking to go into the late game stages of this, but that's if Mandolino doesn't win with his next push. He's going to have so many carries, he's going to have plus 3 air attack. This could be a devastating force.
Oh, it's a little charge lot run by. Might actually get the cancel on this hatch, but I think he should be good. He's those charge lots actually focusing on the assimilator instead.
Yeah, he's sending some units across. These Infestors beginning to move out on the map. They're going to try and neural parasite these carriers and turn them against each other, as plus 1 air armor begins. And yep, these charge lots will get wiped out, but it will keep Primetime busy. And look at this army. Archons, Immortals, Storms, so many carriers. This is practically an ultimate Protoss army right here.
Yeah, it used to be called like the Unstoppable Army of Protoss.
Golden Armada.
I think the only thing missing is maybe a mothership, but I think he's still fine without it.
Yeah, mothership and replacing a couple of these Immortals with more Storms, but I still, like I said, it's still perilously close. And there's no Corruptors, no Broodlords, nothing like that. I think Primetime's going to be in serious trouble. He's going to lose this base immediately. Look at that damage.
Oh man, those Infestors are creeping inch forward and forward. Will he get the Neuro? He does get the Neuro.
The Neurals go down, but will it be enough? The storms hitting the Hydralisks. The Hydra's doing the best they can, but the forces are fading fast. The Warp Prism needs to get sniped, and it does not, but will it actually be enough? Oh my goodness, Mandolino is actually forced to retreat, and Primetime holds this.
Oh, he saved a bunch of his Infestors too, even though they're low life. He might get
lost
that carrier.
So
oh, he got that last carrier there.
He lost so much economy, that's the thing. Primetime needs to attack, but his Hydralisks are so low that they can't really afford to. And this 5th base is now established for Mandolino, so despite losing that fight, he's still in great shape because he took out that base and all the drones at it.
Yeah, he's still at 5 carriers, so he can still build that up. He does have the economy to do so. I mean, his minerals and gas are looking pretty healthy. Primetime's minerals is looking healthy, but again, his gas, that's the key there. to get all the units to defend against or to counter against those carriers.
Yeah, definitely. And he needs more drones as well. He needs to continue that production going. He's retaking that 6th base.
All right.
Primetime is maxing out.
Yeah, in the meantime, there is going to be a charge lot drop here into the north base. That base is going to be really important for Primetime. He's got to save it.
I think it's going to be forfeit. And in the meantime, more charge lots attacking the 6th base.
Oh my
Mandolino
God.
was just everywhere with these charge lots, forcing Primetime every which way like a piece of taffy. And the hatchery will go down. The 6th base is kept alive though. Well, the 5th base is kept alive. The 6th base falls.
Man, at this
More
point,
Stargates on the way from Mandolino.
yeah, even the Dark Shrine here. Oh boy.
And Mandolino's just buying all the time and needs to max out. As more Zealots are continuing to be produced with these Warp Prisms. He's got 2 different Warp Prisms, I think. Somewhere across the... Oh no, he's got 1 Warp Prism and he's just making the others out of his 5th base.
Oh, yeah.
At his 4th base, at the center.
Jesus, at this point, I think Primetime should just mass expand everywhere. Just like use his minerals. It's like he's been
That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's been banking so much for so long now.
But I would like to see him expand in the center as well, which is a lot harder to attack with these charge lots with all this creep there. But here come the DTs.
Oh.
And are there even any... there's 3 Overseers, but are they all together? And there is a Spore here at this 3rd base, so that will be okay. But there is no Spore at the 5th base, which will start going down as all of the drones are forced away from it. Primetime just cannot catch a break economically. He's building more Spore. He's building spines at his 3rd base, but there's only 1 Spore there and nothing else. Here comes the attack, though, at the 5th base of Mandolino. He's preparing for an arc. Trying to lure the army in so we can attack it all at once, but I don't think that's going to work. There's so many storms here that this army's just going to get taken out piecemeal.
Oh,
Feedbacks on the infestors. Oh my goodness. And Primetime loses half his supply just immediately before he even gets a chance to do anything.
Yeah, and this
army is so strong.
And this is pretty much Primetime's main army because 27 drones have already gone down. Okay, all the Neros on all the carriers, but is it enough? There's still a lot of storms down. Oh no.
And yeah, all of these Hydras are going to go down. Hydra Infestor is not enough against this ultimate late game army of the Protoss, and the Golden Armada will triumph in the end. And Mandolino will take this 2-0 as we will be going up to a PvP in our winners match. I just can't imagine how Primetime is going to take this from here. He's down 46 workers, and his army is just not up to par. He's only just now making Corruptors now, but it's just too little, too late.
Yeah, I mean, he did put up a good fight. He had a really nice engagement back when his Infestors narrowed all those carries, but the macro of Mandolino is just more superior throughout the whole game here.
Yeah, and Mandolino even taking a 6th base and making a ton of cannons to try and secure it. As Primetime has just nothing but Hydralisks against this Storm Carrier Archon Immortal army. It's just not going to be enough. It's a mid-game army against a decidedly not mid-game army.
Alright, he does take down the Nexus, but again, still no answer for these carriers. He's going to have to retreat for now.
Yeah, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade here, as he's just going to take out this base that's morphing very quickly. And here it comes, and he's just forced to retreat. There's nothing he can do. He cannot fight this.
Yeah, not even a cancel as well. I mean, look at the bright side.
He's gonna try to fight. Good dodges on the storms, brings in the carriers, but there's just so many Corruptors, so many storms that they're just going to die, and they're not even going to get a single carrier for their troubles.
Oh man.
Archon's being morphed in after the storms have been used, and the carriers just come in and they charge in, and all of the Hydras go up in smoke. And Mandolino will take game number 2 and move on to face Psycho in the winners match.
Yep. So 2 straight 2-0s. Pretty quickly. But again, Primetime still not out of it. He still has a chance. Will face against Barbarossa. after Mandolino versus Psychopathic's match. Oh wow, we're up to 44 viewers. Nice.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, if you guys haven't done so yet, feel free to follow us on our Twitch. I think this stream actually helps us get the 7 out of 7 days requirement for the streaming to get affiliate. So after today, hopefully we can quickly fill out the forms and then be affiliated with Twitch. But we would love to have as much followers as we can. We host a lot of clan wars, team leagues, show matches, in-house tournaments, a lot of events every week. And we're actually really stacked in events in the month of January because all the ATL team leagues just started. So yeah, if you want to follow all the action and the games and the events, just follow us. And please, down and below in the Twitch panel, please also follow our YouTube page or subscribe to it because we need 100 subscribers to actually unlock the custom URL for YouTube, so that way we can change into www.youtube.com/alphaxse2. Right now the link is kind of like random, so would love to unlock the custom URL there. And then also heading on to our Twitter, where we have a lot of news and updates that you can follow us. We just recently opened up a Patreon as well. So if you want to help us support us there, just head on over to our Patreon page. And yeah, we definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys show us. Alright, let me go ahead and update the scoreboard here. It's gonna be Psychopathic. Oops. Right, Psychopathic versus Mandolino. Alright, so we're gonna have some PvP action here. Alright, let's see what's going on in chat here. Alright, looks like we have some people that like that last game. Yeah, it was definitely a fun game to watch. Very, I guess, kind of back and forth. And that map is pretty large, so there's a lot of expansions and also attacking areas that battles can ensue. So definitely a map that I think pulls the players left and right. As we saw Mandolino, pulling the Zerg left and right with those War Prism and Charge Lot run-bys, which was pretty nice. As well as the DTs. I think the TTs were the finishing blow in terms of Prime Time's economy. Those DTs got like 27 drones or something like that, which was incredible. But this next matchup is going to be a PvP between Psychopathic and Mandolino, so a whole different ball game. I think both players are around the same level 2 in terms of MMR, so it should be pretty good, I think. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check out the bracket here.
And I'm back.
Oh,
Why haven't
welcome
they
back.
started their vetoes yet?
Huh?
Why haven't the players started their vetoes?
Oh, not sure. Psychopathic says okay, but he never said any maps to veto. So I guess he's still pondering about it, but I don't know. All right, so guys, as you can see, Group C is underway. Group D will be next week. Group A has in round of 8 currently has Hyohu and Jeterix, who both finished both finished first in their group, and we have Swagger and Kundamatata who finished second in their respective group in the stage 1.
Yeah, the round of 8 is looking pretty stacked so far.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to get that underway because players like Jeterix and Hyohu, Kunmatata, they're just really, really strong and also exciting players to watch as well.
No, that's what I love about this format, right? You get to see like the best players in the round of 16, and like, wow, I want to see more of them. Oh wait, I can
Yeah,
in the round of 8.
exactly. And then even in the round of 4 and the round of 2 or the finals.
Yeah, depending on exactly who goes in. Either way, I'm sure it's going to be pretty great.
Yeah, I mean currently the prize pool is around. Wait, actually, let's see what's the Matcherino. Actually, I'm just gonna type it into the chat.
Yeah, there's about $150 guaranteed.
Oh, sweet.
It currently I think at like 135, 140, something like that. But if we don't get all the Matcherino codes, I'll guarantee the rest of it out of my own pocket. But hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we're currently at 140, so a bit of
Well, that's
additional
great. So yeah, do
donations.
put in those codes, guys. Save Salamand's poor wallet.
Yeah.
And the videos have been done, so Parasite, Kairos, Cerulean are our maps.
All right. We'll see which is gonna be our first map here.
And Barbarossa has decided to forfeit.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So we will have 2 more matches for today. Barbarossa has been eliminated, therefore it will be Psycho versus Mandolino for the winner's match, and then the loser of that will face Prime Time to determine who gets the final spot
All right.
in Group C.
Should we let Primetime know or?
Yeah, I'll let him know.
All right. All right. Kairos is the first map, right? I'm assuming that is the first map, so
Yep, Kairos is the first map.
Alright guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start our first game between the winners match on Kairos Junction, LE. This the winner will go ahead into the round of 8. First out of their group.
Indeed. Here we go.
Alright, countdown has begun.
Psycho versus Mandolino. In the top left, representing the color pink, with a pretty decisive victory over Primetime, it is Mandolino.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have the yellow Protoss. He is also known as Veins. It is psychopathic.
And Psychopathic is going for an extremely fast gas.
Yeah, even before Gateway.
15 gas, 15 gate. What is this? What could he possibly be doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, is he going for a proxy somewhere? I don't see him.
He's going for a very fast scout at the very least. I think this could be DTs. I can't think of anything else that would need gas that fast.
Yeah, same here. And it doesn't look like he's proxying because he's going straight into the base to scout.
Yeah, he's just going to get the scout in. This is a very strange opening.
Yeah, if he was going for a proxy, it would have been maybe Stargate or maybe even double Robo, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like pretty much a DT build here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the thing is that he's not putting 3 on gas immediately on both sides, as I would expect from someone who cuts so much to get that first gas out. It's a very strange build all around. I wonder if it's just a bit of an opening error.
Well, it looks like he's gonna hide his probe somewhere, so there's still the potential that he will go ahead.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
proxy
This is a proxy pylon, so I think a proxy DT is still probably the most likely option for me. Could be a proxy Stargate, but I think you could do that off a regular gas timing. He's going for 2 adepts, so we'll have to see what happens next. Warp gate on the way, and he is Kuna boosting it, so.
Oh,
we
yeah,
see the Twilight Council.
Twilight.
Yes, we will. Called it. But we do have a Robo coming up from Mandolino very, very quickly. So Mandolino has been fortunate enough to pick the right tech choice against this.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help him with the observer, getting the faster observer. But he doesn't have a... Oh, go ahead.
Mandolino hasn't even scouted his opponent.
Yeah, I was just about to say he didn't make a sentry, so he's not going to be able to hallucinate and scout with his sentries.
No, I mean he hasn't scouted his opponent. He hasn't even set a probe to the other side of the map.
Oh, right. So
he has no idea what his opponent's doing. He's just been very, very fortunate. That is a very risky move in this matchup. And he's going for a Warp Prism, so he's going for that 3-gate Robo build.
Oh, wow.
So he's not going to have an Observer immediately, and there is only one pylon powering this Robo. This could turn very ugly very fast.
Well, he does have the shield battery, so he could definitely heal the pylon with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely wants to make an Observer pretty soon.
Warp Prism from both sides. Look at this, there's like a whole base on the other side of the map for Psycho. Building so much tech and such here.
Oh yeah, that's probably why he made the earlier gas, because not only is going DTs, he made the Robo for the...
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
he's
man.
going to be able to make warping like 3 DTs at once.
Oh my god, both players are attacking at this very second here. The Observer's out, though.
Here it comes.
Oh.
3 DTs, and yeah, there is an observer. There is even a second observer. But 3 DTs in the main is just going to do so much damage.
Oh, he's warping
And
one
there
DT
is
at
another
home.
DT.
He's warping.
Yeah, there's a DT at home. Yeah, he's taking out the pylon, but it doesn't matter. A second observer will get out in time. But it is going to cut a lot of the tech away. And if he takes out these other pylons, he could just completely deny any ability to warp in. But Stalkers do warp in at home for Mandolino, as Mandolino is retreating. Down 6 probes. This is a very strange game.
Yeah, very strange indeed.
And Charge on the way for Psycho, which is actually a pretty standard follow-up to this. But he's going up to 5 gateways. He's going for mass charge lots and a couple of Archons with his DTs to try and break Mandolino. More DTs are here, but there is an observer this time. So these DTs are going to go down, and that is a very costly loss, considering you would have wanted those to turn into an Archon for a follow-up attack. And more Stalkers being produced, and he will be able to see the high ground thanks to this observer. Their shield battery goes down, and he's just going to move up the ramp, and there's nothing to stop him. Oh, the pylon goes down, and there goes all the production. Almost all of it for Psycho. He's got like 1 gateway proxied, and that's it. I think Mandolino's going to take this one. This is a very strange game number 1.
Yeah. But yeah, Mandolino looks to be in a great position now. Looks like Psychopathic is going to go for one last attack.
Yeah, he's elevating in his units. The DTs and Zealots trying to do what they can. The Stalkers microing against this, trying to take out this War Prism, but they won't succeed. But in the meantime, everything is going down on Psychopathic's side. Psychopathic needs to kill Mandolino right here to even be even.
Yeah.
Pulling all of the probes, the charge lots begin to go down, the recall comes in, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin for Psychopathic, as he will kill this War Prism. GG, Psychopathic calls, and Mandolino takes game number 1, and is 1 game away from advancing to the round of 8.
Alrighty there. Sometimes PvP just happens to be played out like that, unfortunately. Alright, looks like Parasite is going to be our next map here.
Parasite indeed. I figure that on top of telling Primetime, I should also tell our current players what the situation is.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, Psychopathic is ready. Just waiting on Mandolino to get into the game, and then we shall start soon.
And here we go. Game number 2. Will Mandolino advance undefeated? Or will Psychopathic make a fight out of it? In the upper left. Down 1 game in a very strange game number 1. Looking to tie things up. It is the yellow Protoss. It is Psychopathic.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our pink Protoss. He's up 1-0. 1 game away from advancing first place out of the group. It is Mandolino.
So I don't know what we're going to see this time around, because I don't even know what I saw the last time around.
That was a bit of a head scratcher.
Well, we saw a 3-gate Robo from Mandalino, which is a pretty standard aggressive build. But we saw this very odd 1 basic DT all-in from Psycho. And then the two sort of collided in pretty interesting ways. Mandalino seems to have good decision making, but they both seem to be very aggressive players. So we'll have to see what we see this time around.
Yeah, I mean, usually when Protoss go for Dark Shrine play, Dark Templar play, I mean, they just go for a proxy pylon of some sort. But
Yeah.
he added an additional robo with that, so it was pretty much real super all in, I guess.
Psychopathic's getting weird with his openings again. He's put 3 probes on gas immediately, but he actually took the second gateway before he took the second gas. He's definitely not playing this out in a normal way. But I don't know what it means. I don't know what he's planning off it. Mandalino's just overall opening seems to be a bit more refined.
Oh, looks like Psychopathic might go for another proxy here. He's got his probe positioned into the north side of Mandalino's base.
You're right.
There we go.
And here it is.
Oh my god, is this going to be the same? No, this can't be the same.
No way.
No way.
No. My bet, I'm thinking proxy robo.
Yeah, I think so too.
This is like a very aggressive position. It's the kind of position you'd put it if you wanted to attack the enemy's natural pretty much immediately. But he is building 2 stalkers first, which I don't like. I tend to like to have that tech building come up as soon as possible. And he's just making another gateway. Could this be a 4-gate?
Oh wow.
Stargate coming up from Mandalino.
Or maybe it's just
But what's the tech?
maybe it's just a pressure 3-gate.
Yeah, maybe just 3-gate stalker. I don't know what he's doing. He's building a shield battery in his mineral line, which is good considering what Mandalino has planned. But yeah, I'm not sure what Psychopathic's build is really. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we usually see the Robo with the War Prism added to this, but he's just going in bare with just the gateways. So he's maybe looking to pressure, but also maybe looking to expand as well at the same time, I think.
Yeah, that definitely could be it. He does have a lot of minerals saved up, so maybe he's going to expand off this. Meanwhile, Robo coming up from Mandalino. As Mandalino's hallucination will see what's up, or rather what is not up. Namely, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna see.
You'll see that there's only 2 gates and no expansion, and that will immediately make him think, okay, I'm being proxied by something, I just don't know what.
Yeah, luckily for him, he has a shield battery already in place, and now he's chrono boosting that Immortal. But will it come out in time? Third? Three.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Shield batteries.
And look at, what is this? Look at this expansion from Psychopathic. What is he doing? He really is psycho.
Yeah, he's living up to his name.
Take out the pylon, or trying, buying time as best he can. Oracle tries to take out this sentry and does as it retreats. 2 probes go down. The Immortal is done now, and with the aid of shield batteries, it should be very difficult to kill, as befits its name. But more and more stalkers coming in from Psychopathic.
Oh, but the shield battery are finished now.
Yep, he needs to keep that Immortal near the shield batteries, though. He's pulling probes to defend. And the Immortal is just has too much health of those shield batteries, it just will not die. And the Oracle will see what's going on now.
Yeah, actually,
more and more stalkers being made. Second Immortal on the way.
I think
what were you saying, Stubby?
Surely but slowly, I think Mandalino has stabilized here.
Yeah, with 2 Immortals, this isn't 2 Immortals and 2 shield batteries. This isn't going to be broken with just stalkers alone.
Yeah, once the 3rd Immortal comes out, I mean, they one-shot Stalker, so that's gonna be bad news for Psychopathic. And in the meantime, the Oracle is across the map. And
yeah, it will get a couple of kills, and it will might get even more kills if the shield battery runs out of energy before the Oracle does. That does happen, and yet the shield battery's out of energy. The Oracle's going to start killing so many kills. Recall on the probes, and that means Psycho is like, Mandalino's probably going to take about 30 seconds to be like, what the hell did I just witness, before he figures out what this means.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. The Stalker's coming in though, but that's not going to work at all. The Immortal's behind the shield batteries just defending against us perfectly, and Psychopathic is dead. Deader than Disco. as he will lose all of these stalkers and he GG's out, and Mandolino might not even know what just happened. But it is over. Mandolino advances to the round of 8. One final match between Psycho and Primetime.
Yeah, so congrats to Mandolino. You can take the rest of the night off. But Psychopathic still got a match ahead of him. He still needs to defeat Primetime in order to make it out of the group in second place. However, Primetime definitely has something to say about that. Alright, just want to give a bit of a shout out to the 2 recent followers. Hi, Just Kim, and also Premature SE as well. They both followed about 30 minutes ago. Sorry for the late shout out, but thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And let's go ahead and actually update the scoreboard as well. It's gonna be, let's see, Psychopathic.
I have messaged Primetime to let them know that they're up. And Primetime is in the chat. Excellent. Okay, Psycho. You have first veto. Primetime. You have first map pick. 2 vetoes each. You both know the score by now. Final match. Stasis again, the final veto. The first veto from Psycho every time. He does not want to play on that map very much. We're going to see pretty much the same vetoes pretty much all the time, I imagine. There's a reason we make our players play best of 5s and best of 7s in the semis and the finals. Yeah, we want to see these weirder maps and see how they play on them.
Yeah, for sure.
Kairos, Cerulean, and Parasite. Pretty standard map pool. I'm pretty sure that Stasis, Automaton, and Blue Shift have been vetoed just about every time. I know Stasis and Automaton have. Primetime then loses pick. What were you saying?
Landfair in the chat says, "Oh man, I don't know who to root for. I love Veins and Primetime. I mean, both players are great, for sure. But I mean, Sal, if you had to choose one, who do you think who's gonna make it out of this group here?"
On paper, I definitely have to go with Psycho. Psycho did kind of dismantle Barbarossa as well, so we're clearly on good form today. But Primetime's playing really well as well. He did play quite well against Mandolino. So, could definitely go either way, but I think Psycho 2-1. I think we're going to see a game 3 in this series.
Yeah, we might be able to see one finally, because the previous series they've been pretty much 2-0s.
Yeah, and Cerulean is our first map.
All right, Cerulean, here we go. Yeah, I think Cerulean is one of those, popular favorite maps amongst StarCraft players.
Yeah, it is relatively standard. Though it does have a couple of interesting features, like it's actually a deceptively short rush distance, but there's also a ramp on the natural to help against those early attacks, so there's trade-offs.
And it's one of those maps that was from last season as well, so I think most people are already familiar with it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's see if they are ready. All right, both players are ready here. All right, guys, we are about to head into our last match of the night. Whoever wins this makes it out of the group in second place. It's going to be on Cerulean Fall.
Yeah. And here we go. In the bottom left, representing Zerg, with a walkover win over Barbarossa, looking to show that he's not just here at the last minute. It is prime time.
And spawning at the top right, we have our Protoss player. The yellow Protoss player has been doing some crazy opening and builds here. Let's see if he does it again. It is Psychopathic.
So a thought occurred to me while we were loading into this game. We always see such standard maps, right? Because the players aren't really that used to them. Well, what if you had a player who pretty much exclusively played these weird maps and kept vetoing all the maps that everyone else wanted all the time?
Yeah.
Like, you might veto, like, Port and Kairos and force the players to play on at least one map they don't want to play on.
So basically, the player just plays a lot on the uncommon maps, so much so
Yeah, like,
that he just chooses.
You keep one standard map in the pool, right? Just so that you get that experience. Like, you might veto Port and Kairos and Blue Shift or something, and you keep Parasite, and that way you force some weird maps to get played on.
Yeah, that could be definitely an advantage.
Although it depends on how many weird maps there are in the pool, because I think there's only really 2 truly weird maps in this map pool: Stasis and Automaton, which means that someone could just veto both of them. So it depends on the map pool, really. But if you've got 3 weird maps in the pool, it could be a good strategy, and especially in a best of 5, it could really pay off for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're definitely gonna be able to play in one of those weirder maps.
And I mean, how many games do you really have to play on a standard map to be good at them, right?
Yeah. All right.
I think it'd be a lot of mileage to really being able to abuse maps like Stasis and Automaton well, instead of just trying to play a standard game on them.
Yeah, definitely, because those maps have the gold bases, so there's definitely a lot of interesting, I guess, decisions that you can make with that. Maybe some goes for a faster Nexus opening on the gold base, something crazy, or Zerg that just go straight into the gold base as their natural as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we get players who do them. They're the weird players. Those are the houses and the SOS, and the SOSs of the world. The players who thrive not on playing a better standard game, but on actively dragging their opponents down to their level and then winning through experience. So we'll see a Stargate opening from Psycho. A depth shot actually finishes. Might have been a mistake there.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing.
Away.
Oh, we'll get actually gets a drone, but does lose that depth, so...
Yeah, not really worth it. Fortunately, Primetime isn't really up to anything. Because if he was, then that might be very bad for Psycho. 2 more gates going up for Psychopathic. Pretty quickly, though, just in case. As an Oracle, it will be the next unit of choice for Psycho. This is kind of a Jeterix favorite, right? Because if you go for an Oracle first and chrono it, about 20% of the time, even at his level, you just randomly catch a Zerg without spores. And I didn't believe him at first, and then I started doing it myself. And you would be amazed at how often that works. You just get like 6 drones.
Even if you don't get, any drones, even if there's the Spore Crawler, you can actually go ahead and put some Stasis Ward and, do some economic damage that way too as well.
You can still always get a drone or 2 even against a Spore. Like, you'll see this right now.
Yep.
1.
Almost.
Tries for a second one, but doesn't quite get it because Primetime pulls away. But you can often get a few drones from that if the Zerg isn't paying attention. Especially if you scout there's no Spore with your Adept. And you keep that Adept alive, which Psycho did not. But that can really pay off. And we will see Gladept as the tag of choice from Psycho. So he's going to go for some Gladept pressure. Probably not going to be an all-in of any kind, just going to go for that 3rd base, which is already being produced. And he's taking a very interesting 3rd base, though. It's a very open 3rd base. Pretty easy to attack, for the Zerg, so we might see Primetime get aggressive. And we know Primetime is not afraid of getting aggressive. I'd like to see that Hydroline Bane timing out of him. The one that he pulled against Mandolino, but didn't work because Mandolino had gone into carriers because he was so ridiculously far ahead already.
Yeah, but it looks like Primetime elected to go for Roaches instead, as he has the Roach Warren just finished.
Yeah, but I think that's just for safety against these early Adepts, though. And with these double robos at the third, I really think that a transition into like a Hydra timing attack would do really, really well here.
Yeah, that definitely can come true. Looks like...
But he's getting Roach speed, so I think you're right.
Yeah, the Roach speed is being researched. Adepts, Glaves about to be done, so I'm expecting the move out now, and there we go.
Yeah, and the question is, how much damage will this get done, and how many roaches will Primetime make, and really keep building roaches after he fends off the attack, or go into drones? I think he wants to go for a roach-based attack, because it looks like he's making a lot of these roaches. Charge now on the way as the follow-up for Psychopathic. Adept will go down, and there are only a couple of roaches here to fend off the move out, so this could get some serious damage done in the main. Good space control with these roaches, though, trying to keep the Adept from getting in. A few drones will start to go down, but they're just going to stay in the main, actually. Good staying from a Psycho, actually. It's going to take like 8 drones out. But another thing is that it's not really so much about how much you kill with these Adepts, it's about how long they stay alive. And with all these roaches being built, 14 drones being finished for Primetime, he's deciding to replace these drones and go into Hydras and Overlord speed, so he's not going to go for a follow-up counter-attack. Which is probably for the best, considering there's 2 Immortals already done for Psychopathic, he's making 2 shield batteries, he's making sentries, he's going to be more than walled off against any sort of roach-only counter-attack.
Yeah, looks like Primetime has elected instead to go for the Hydralist then, so we might actually see the Lurker.
Base.
Just like he did
he's making
in
the 4th
game,
base, but he is a bit behind, I'd say, after that attack, losing about 10 workers.
Yeah.
At this point in the game, you want to be ahead of the Protoss, now that once the 3rd base and such is established, but he's even with the Protoss, or even slightly behind. So he definitely needs to get that economy moving.
Yeah, I feel like he unnecessarily lost a bit more drones than he needed to, because in the main base he didn't really move the drones, he just let the Adepts shoot at it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Forge on the way for Psycho, while +1 range does start for Primetime. So it looks like Roach Hydra is going to be the tech du jour for Primetime, given that he's taking that +1 ranged instead of +1 melee.
Alright, looks like a move out from Psychopathic. But there are a good amount of creep tumor. I like the creep spread that Primetime has.
Oh, but look at all of those Adepts. This is actually a really interesting timing attack. You just don't see this very often.
Oh, yeah.
Will this Roach Hydra be able to fend this off? Gonna try and hold this ramp. Gets revelated. So Psycho sees what's going on. But he needs to get these Hydralists out to help defend, and he does. Here come the Roach Hydra. It is spreading out from a couple of different fronts. Good arc from Primetime, but beautiful force fields. The Oracle does go down, but several of these Hydras cannot fight. And the Roaches are being slaughtered by these Immortals as the Hydras try and move forward but can't. So these force fields, but here it comes. They are moving forward, but the Charge Rods are tanking for perhaps just long enough. The Roach Hydra tries to move forward onto the Immortals, gets a couple of them, but the Hydras are forced to retreat without any support. But with more and more units on the way, I think that Primetime is going to hold this. The question is, how much will it lose in the meantime?
Oh, he needs to focus on the Warp Prism.
Yeah, with that Warp Prism, I think that was actually a really dangerous position for Psycho to take, and he could have been punished for that, but he's not. More Hydras come in, but they're going to be surrounded and killed off. Looks like, with this Warp Prism it goes down, and that means that the rest of these units will falter and fall. There's actually very little economic damage done by Psychopathic, so overall good hold from Primetime. And the question is a counterattack a possibility now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he needs to. His Lurker Den is just started. I think he can wait for the Lurkers to finish morphing and then go for the counterattack. I think that would be much stronger.
Hydra speed too. Hydra speed and some Lurkers, more drones.
Yeah.
You're right. A follow-up push with +2 and Lurkers and such would be a good move here. 4th base on the way for Psycho. While Primetime getting a few more drones to get up to that healthy 70+ count. And a Baneling Nest as well for the follow-up. So, So far, a pretty even game from these players. Primetime defending well. I think Psycho has a bit of an edge though, but Primetime is doing his best, and he is moving into lurkers, which could shift the game in his favor.
Yeah, but I think Psychopathic does already have the correct counter to that with the the Immortal and the Charge Lot, and I think he's making this Templar Archive. It's just about to be done, so he can morph that into into Archons, or just get High Templars with Storm.
Yeah, that's less the counter to it and more like the response to it. It doesn't just ensure that you win. But a whole bunch of Archons are being made, and there is no Storm on the way. I think this is going to be a follow-up timing attack.
Oh yeah, he's not even gonna wait for Primetime to morph those Lurkers.
Will the Lurkers be done in time? I don't think they will.
Yeah, the Lurker just finished. Now he's morphing. Oh, but the army's right there.
Oh yeah, they're morphing them on. They're morphing it out right there. Oh, this is very dangerous. Oh my goodness! If Psychopathic knew about this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god. The Lurkers are just gonna finish in time. Well, actually, some of them will. 6 of them finish, and they do burrow. That was so close. Another 2 or 3 seconds faster, and Psychopathic would have just won the game.
And there's no observer too, so he couldn't take on that engagement there.
Yeah, he has to back away. Instead, he's gonna try and use his Warp Prism, but he's flying over creep. So the Hydras will be there to try and intercept it and kill it, but I don't think they're going to be fast enough. So they are going to have to head back to the main base. Meanwhile, Infestation Pit now on the way.
Oh, what we
so yeah, these charge lots aren't going to get anything done, but the Warp Prism will escape.
So that's a nice pick up there from Primetime. But the
Plus
Warp
one.
Prism's still a threat here out in the map.
Yep, +1 Carapace and Baneling speed on the way. Plus an Infestation Pit. Primetime's going to want to go into his hive. He's got his 5th base secured now. Both sides probably going to start moving to tech into that late game soon enough, but Immortals and Archons are the name of the game for Psycho because he knows it is likely to face at least one Lurker attack before all is said and done. But those Lurkers are a little too far forward and they're all going to go down, but there are more Lurkers at the back, so these Child Dots are going to fall as a result. Will Primetime be able to hold this? Will Psycho be able to push through? He's got so many Immortals and all of the Lurkers are now dead.
Oh my god, so much Immortals.
Yes, Primetime just pushed a little too far forward there and lost his Lurkers piecemeal as a result, and now he's being forced on the defensive as this heavy Immortal force is going to move on forward. A lot of Lings on the way. I like this move from Primetime because the Immortals can be... They're not very good against Lings. They don't do a ton of damage to them. Baneling's on the way to handle the charge dots as well. An Arc trying to be formed by Primetime. Say what you will about him, but his engagements are incredibly good. As he's going to move forward from all sides. Oh my goodness, look at this. He's going to take out everything. I thought he was, but he didn't attack the Warp Prism. That's his one thing that he doesn't really have going for him in these engagements. He does not snipe the Warp Prism. And the Immortals are just going to survive.
Oh man.
And I think this is going to be it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
One mistake from Primetime, and Psycho takes advantage of it, and it will take a decisive lead in this game.
Alright, looks like
Psycho's macro is so good that Primetime's good engagements such as the only things that have been keeping him in this game. But that meant when he made one bad engagement, suddenly he was not able to hold anymore. And now Psychopathic takes a 50-60 supply lead, and he's going to take game at number 1.
Oh, so close for Primetime, but so far.
Yeah, he fought so well.
Alright, he's going to go ahead and try to muster any type of... Oh, no, he's just going to go ahead and GG. And Psychopathic will take the first game of this best-of-3 series.
Now the question is, what does Primetime do?
Well, it is his map choice, so he definitely has an option here. But I don't know. He had a pretty good game there. He was pretty even. I felt like had moments where he could have won the game, but again, that engagement with the Lurkers going way ahead of the army and losing it. That was just pretty much the turnaround, I feel like.
Kairos is the map of choice for Primetime.
Alright. Joe Keaton asks, I thought Barbarossa was meant to be playing primetime. What happened? Barbarossa decided to forfeit his spot, so primetime automatically advanced to the next series. So that's why primetime is playing psychopathic right now.
Yep, this is match 5. Primetime automatically got the walkover over Barbarossa. Barbarossa did not wish to continue.
I guess he had something to do, or something came up. I'm not sure. Maybe
he said that it's because he was on a break from StarCraft 2 and didn't feel like he had the strength, the weight to play StarCraft. I don't know exactly what that meant, but the way I see it, he had weeks to tell us that he couldn't do this, and he never did. So I have no sympathy.
All right. Luckily, we have these both players ready here.
And here we go. What could be the final game of the round of 16, Group C?
Yeah, or it could be our first game 3 of the whole night.
Or it could be, indeed. Let's find out. With a couple of adjustments, Primetime could have, at least kept that game going, but let's find out. In the upper left, 1 game up, only 1 game away from advancing to the round of 8. It is Psychopathic.
And spawning at the bottom right, we have our green Zerg looking to push it to game 3. It is Primetime.
The thing is, I think Primetime was kind of just trying to keep his head above water for that whole first game, really. He was even, but he wasn't ahead, and Zerg really wants to be ahead. What is this from Psychopathic?
Oh man, it is a cannon rush maybe? Oh my god, the Overlord.
I think it's going to be one of those slow cannon rushes that
it's a gateway.
2 gates. God. Oh, he's going for this is such a ballsy placement too.
Yeah.
3 gates. He's going to go for proxy zealots.
Oh man.
He wants this to be over. And I think once Primetime's probably going to take his... Yeah, Primetime's not taking a hatch first.
He doesn't scout this, so he's basically, blindly going for this.
Yeah.
And it's going to work out into his favor because...
Oh my god, did he... He didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
This Overlord should be moving across the map shortly, right?
Yeah. I mean, once you scout that the Protoss ain't cannon rushing, you basically send the second Overlord.
Yeah, but he's not doing it just yet.
Oh my god.
This could be so bad for Primetime.
He needs to make the Zerglings like right now.
This could be over in just a moment.
Possibly. I mean, still the pool was a bit earlier than, he didn't go for a hatch first,
but
so
still, he knows now. I say he's making a roach war, and the best thing to do is probably just sacrifice this hatch, use it to buy as much time as possible, and get that spine crawler up, which he's making right now. Where is that? Oh, he's making it right at the ramp. He wants to try and hold his ramp as best he can.
I'm not sure of Psychopathic's decision to go after this hatchery.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I feel like he should have gone into the main instead.
Cancels at just the right moment. Very good. Buys every bit of time he can, but the spine crawler isn't going to be done in time. Roaches are going to be on the way, though. He needs to buy time for these roaches to pop out. I would have liked to see him pull drones or something to try and defend that spine crawler to buy a little bit more time. He's going after the hatchery again!
What in the world? Oh, no cancel though.
Yeah, he really needed those minerals at this stage of the game. 225 minerals is not as big a deal as people say it is, except in this early stages of the game.
Yeah.
But I think the whole point of this 3-gate zealot, I think, was just to keep Primetime on 1 base, but I don't really agree with that. I think that with this cyber core only just now done with... Oh, he's building shield batteries. He's going to follow this up with stalkers and try and push slowly. But these zealots are going to go down. There's nothing they can do against the roaches, which means that if he can get to this pylon
Oh my god.
That would
yeah,
just be it.
Yeah, that's his
But I
pylon.
don't think the roaches can even reach it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Unless he attacks from the low ground and brings that overlord up. The 2 shield batteries are done now, but it's gonna take so much energy to keep healing these zealots against 5 roaches.
Oh
Good
my
micro
god, the
from
micro.
Prime Time. Ring
Oh,
around
nice.
ring around the shield battery is what he is playing,
Oh man.
and he's got so many roaches now. I just don't see this build doing it. One of these stalkers even gets trapped behind the
wow.
pylon, and he's forced to recall it out. So, Prime Time is now making a forge and such. He's in defensive mode. He's trying to defend his main base against this, and yet that pylon will go down. And I'd like to see Prime Time just go straight for the natural now.
Yeah.
But I understand why he wants to kill the gateways. He's afraid of a pylon coming back. No, he's decided. Yep, I'm going for it. I'm gonna do it. He's leaving 1 roach behind, just to make sure that a probe doesn't come back to try and repower these gateways, which I like. I like that move a lot. 2 stalkers, but they're on the wrong. Is this wall even tight? I don't think it is. I think those stalkers are blocking the non-tight wall off. So these roaches could attack. They could kill these stalkers. The links could go through, and if these pylons go down, that would just be it. Oh, he's even cancelling the cannon and building a Stargate. But here it comes. Roaches and Lings move. Oh my god, the stalkers are not even in position.
Oh wow.
The roaches and Lings move on forward. The roaches are going straight after this pylon, which will not actually cancel, which will not actually depower anything, but leaves only 1 pylon left. Yeah, the stalkers can't escape. GG from Psychopathic. We're going to a game number 3.
Yes. My wish came true.
What a strange game. But Prime Time and Psychopathic made the wrong ones.
I mean, that was a really ballsy, play there by Psychopathic. I mean, truly living up to his name, but
Yeah.
Primetime, I think, kind of blind countered a bit because he did go for the earlier pool from the start without even scouting it, and he had a nice response afterwards too.
I think it was also that Psycho was attacking the hatchery for such a long time, and even the hatchery that got cancelled and remade again. That was a good move by Prime Time, knowing that Psychopathic would go and continue to attack it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what's our final map? We've got Kairos, Cerulean, Parasite. So we've played on Kairos. What was the game 1? Cerulean? So Parasite for game 3.
Alright, Parasite it is. Alright guys, we're going to end it on Parasite of all maps. We've been having some pretty epic games on this map throughout the whole night as well, so we'll see if it lives up.
I did say we were going to a game 3 on this series.
Yeah, and that means we get our special Salavanth player introduction next.
I am pleased. Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, both players are ready, so we'll start as soon as Sal get into the game here. And
this will be the final game of the round of 16 Group C, regardless of the outcome. One of these players will advance and the other will be eliminated on Parasite LE in the Ro16 Group C, the Alpha X Contenders.
Yep.
We've had a bit of a rough day today with a lot of people not showing up. We've had a forfeit, but in the end, we've got this series for better or worse, and it's mostly better. In the upper left, representing Protoss, the aggressive, the relentless, the weird, the psycho. It is Psychopathic. And in the bottom right, born for this moment, the showman, the Zerg who stepped up at the last minute, matching his name, it is Prime Time.
Alrighty.
And we are seeing some entertainment today. We are seeing a 13-12 coming out of Prime Time.
He's going out with a bang.
He is. Or he's going up with a bang. We'll find out in about 2 short minutes. This is probably not going to be a long one.
Yeah, he was like, you want to proxy me last game? I'm going to proxy you this game. See how you like it.
Let me show you how it's done.
Exactly.
You call that an all-in? This is an all-in.
Alright, luckily for Psychopathic, he's gonna go ahead and scout this. So he's gonna have some time to prepare. But those lings are already being made. He scouts no hatch. Spidey senses are tingling at this point. Is he still gonna go for that Nexus though?
So it's worth noting here that a 12 pool the idea is kind of to macro out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's with no gas. This 13-12, he's going to make a Baneling nest. He's going all in. There is no follow-up here. There is no transition unless you do crippling damage to your opponent. The 12 pool just wants to delay your opponent's expansion and macro out of it. It is an aggressive opening, but it does macro out. This 13-12, it is an all-in. It is actually more of a Zerg-based all-in than anything else. ZVZ all-in, so I'm surprised that Primetime's doing it here. But we'll see if it works. The Zealot is here, and he's going to start nibbling away at the wall and trying to lure the Zealot out of the wall. That's the sort of game we play here.
Oh, okay.
Shield battery does go down. More shield batteries coming in, and the question will be, can Primetime break through here? Because if he doesn't, he will lose this game.
Yes,
more walls going up behind this first gateway. Look, as the Adept does come out. But 5 Banelings on the way, so they're going to try and break through here.
Oh, that gateway scouts the Baneling right at the edge of the map. And he sees it. He knows what's coming. He's walling here.
Yeah, I think Psychopathic's going to do this. This is really more of a ZBZ type of all-in. He needs these Banelings to hit all at the exact same time, or else that happens. But actually, he takes out that gateway and comes into the main base. I was worried that Zealot would survive, which it did, but I forgot about that gateway that was going to go down as well. So the Lings are in the main base. They can get some serious havoc done. They are Speedlings, no less. So this Adept needs the probes to survive. It needs the Adepts to shield. It needs the probes to shield it in order to keep fighting. 2 Banelings on the way in the main base to try and take out a whole bunch of probes at once. He's going to try and hit the probes en masse. More Lings get in through the natural.
Oh, it's not full wall off.
No, but there are shield batteries a bit more and more Lings. These Lings need to get through into the natural. Psychopathic 7 probes going down all of a sudden. Psychopathic is on an even economy, and the Zerglings are coming in. The force field goes down. It blocks a few of these Zerglings out, but more and more are attacking the main base. Primetime is not giving up. He's looking to take a natural though. He's looking to actually transition out of this. I said there was no transition out of this unless you did crippling damage, but I don't think even this amount of damage is enough, considering it's already 2 Nexi.
Oh my god, still not a full wall up, and more Lings coming through, and
oh my goodness, can he actually do this? He's making more and more Banelings. This could be the nail in the this could be the damage he needs. He really needs to take out either a Nexus or almost all of the workers here. But with these Banelings, he's looking at doing that, and Psychopathic has wisely decided to not even try and defend his main base at all. He's just going to choose the natural. Oh, he doesn't focus the Banelings properly, and they're getting caught on the mineral line.
Oh my god, it's clumped up.
Look away, Protoss. This is going to be bad. 9 probes down.
Oh my god.
And that is the damage that Primetime needed.
Yeah.
And now he can transition out. And he's going to make a Roach War, and he's going to go for a follow-up all-in from this.
Oh, I love this.
As a few Zealots, Adepts, and Sentries, a ragtag group of adventurers are going to move across the map.
Oh my, he's even making extra sure, making 2 additional spine crawlers behind this. He knows if he does not die to this, he's going to be in a pretty great position.
Yeah, I think that's a good move, making these spine crawlers. Oh, wow, what a game 3 we've had. What a game 3 we're having.
I know.
We are blessed, Snoopy. Pretty much whenever we cast, amazing games come as a result.
I know, right?
People say we're so good at the hype, but these games hype themselves just about.
And here we go. Going for the surround.
The Lings are going to try and surround the back and say you can't leave, as Destiny once said, which was rather tasteless but also very true. And these Speedlings are going to try and kill these Adepts. Good micro from Psychopathic, but I think there's just too many Lings here. And this will get taken down, and now GG, that's it! Primetime advances to the round of 8!
Prime time.
Wow.
Woo.
Beating the odds. What a series.
And he came in as an alternative too.
Yeah, he did. Both of them did,
Yeah.
actually. Primetime down in the losers bracket had a forfeit and then an amazing 2-1 series to advance in a definite underdog story.
For sure.
It
Congratulations.
almost reminds me of Stephen Bradbury, the first Australian to ever win an Olympic medal
Oh, wow.
for the Winter Olympics.
I didn't know that. Nice.
Essentially, he was in like 4th place, right? Out of medal range, going into the final lap. And then there was this huge crash that took out all the front runners at once, and Bradbury just sort of skated over the line and won the gold medal. And we call him a hero for that, even though it was really more of a heroic not falling down. But the point is, a similar thing has happened to Primetime here, except better than Bradbury. It's more like there were 2 front runners ahead of him, one of them fell over, and then he really went for it and managed to overcome the second one. Because Psychopathic in no way shot himself in the foot. He didn't forfeit. He didn't fall over. Primetime outplayed him. Primetime did great. And we will see him in the round of 8.
Oh, can't wait to see. I mean, I'm going to be a bit sad because Psychopathic did bring some really entertaining games and crazy strats, but Primetime pulling out that win. Definitely well-deserved, of course.
And Primetime out-psychoed the Psycho in game number 3 with his 13-12. A ZVZ all-in. Exactly. No less that he pulled out in ZVP. So I think we're going to see some entertaining games from him too in the round of 8.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
Some people, when they're cornered, just sort of freeze up and wait for death, and some people lash out like a rabid mongoose, and Primetime is the latter. So I think against high-level players, he's going to show some claws.
Yeah. Alrighty, congrats to Mandolino coming out first, and then Primetime coming out second. Of course, we will have Group D next Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. Central European Time. So make sure to tune in for that. Let's see if you want to go through a run through of what's the events that are coming up soon.
Sure, let me just bring up the list. I have it here. Alright, so first of all, next week, as Snoopy has said, at the same time, we have Group D, the final group of the round of 16, after which we'll be moving into the round of 8, which is guaranteed to be exciting, because we've got all the best players in the round of 16 advancing to that. But, for now, what we do have is... Today is the 6th. I've got to scroll down because we have a lot of events scheduled for the rest of the month, no less. But we want to look at the stuff that is just coming up shortly. My God, there's so many of them.
Yeah, we have a jam-packed January because of the
biggest
ATL.
thing we've got going on is that going on right now, it would seem. No, the next day. I'm Australian, so I get confused by that. Okay, so tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got an ATL Alpha Team League Euro Amateur match. At 3 p.m. we've got an Alpha Pro Series on Afrika with Antis versus the Zerglord. Antis actually playing as Protoss, switching his race from Zerg. And we have a Clan War a few hours after that. So we've got stuff going all day Sunday. Mm-hmm. Then on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have an Alpha Pro Series, which will be Clem versus Bly, a very high level TVZ indeed. And at the same time, if that's not really your thing, if you're not a TVZ fan, we have the ATL Euro Pro Division. Some of Alpha X's best players up against Dust Gaming, which it promises to be an amazing match. So stay tuned because we've got some amazing stuff going on.
Yeah, just want to go ahead and thank everyone for tuning in for tonight. Looks like we're ending strong. Currently still having 25 viewers. And of course, thank you to my co-caster Salavanth for co-casting this with me and hosting this event. Any last words before we go?
Thanks to the players who were able to arrive. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for Mandolino, who confirmed that he was going to attend, showed up, played some great games. Great guy all around. And thank you so much for our alternates who were willing to step in at very short notice. Psychopathic and Primetime, Definitely made this an entertaining group. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much, both of you, and congratulations again to Primetime.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night. This is your favorite casting duo, your friendly neighborhood casting duo, signing out.